Letting paralyzed people walk again, that's amazing. But I can think of a few more uses for transhumanism besides helping the disabled. I can think of much more malign uses. Transhumanism, that means moving beyond human and merging with computers and machines. That's the near future. It might even be the present. But let me show you something very real that is happening right now, as in just last week, in the British county of Oxfordshire, where the famous Oxford University is located, obviously. I'll start by reading a BBC story from last week about the subject. Oxfordshire County Council approves £6.5 million traffic filter scheme. Traffic filter, that sounds like it could be good. Sounds like maybe they're, I don't know, cleaning the air or something. No. They're filtering out you. You're the dirt that they're filtering. Let me read a bit. A £6.5 million trial to stop most drivers in Oxford from using busy city routes at peak times has been approved. The 6 traffic filters were given the go-ahead by Oxfordshire County Council's cabinet earlier. It hopes they will cut unnecessary journeys and make walking, cycling, and public and shared transport the natural first choice. To stop most drivers, just to stop them. Not sure what the 6.5 million quid is for. And of course, don't you worry, it's only for unnecessary journeys it'll be stopped. I think you yourself are probably a good judge for yourself of what is necessary and what isn't, but no longer. Don't you worry your pretty little head about that. Those decisions will now be made for you by the government. They'll determine if your travels are necessary or not. Here's some more info on the scheme. The traffic filters are to be placed at Hythe Bridge Street. Yeah, we don't need bridges, do we? Thames Street, St. Cross Road, St. Clements, Hollow Way, Marston Ferry Road. They will operate for 7 days a week from 7 a.m. till 7 p.m., except those in Marston Ferry Road and Hollow Way, which would only operate from 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. and from 3 p.m. till 6 p.m., Monday to Saturday. Any driver going through a filter who is neither exempt nor using a permit would be charged a £70 penalty. So £70, that's 115 Canadian dollars. So if you drive into the city, but some politician says it wasn't necessary, you have to pay a $115 fine. Let me read some more. Liam Walker, shadow cabinet member for highways, said the plans were hitting residents' pockets and impacting businesses. He added, Oxford is slowly being shut down under this anti-motorist coalition. Well, of course. Of course, there's going to have many consequences, many side effects, some foreseen, some not. It's really a form of lockdown, isn't it? I mean, they love the COVID lockdowns. They learned what they could get away with, right? They're telling you who you can or can't visit, where you can or can't go. They're not pretending it's about COVID anymore. It's a permanent state of affairs. Know your place. Show your papers. Explain yourself. Is your trip necessary? You must answer to the law. I wonder if they'll just copy the same rules during the lockdown. Are you going to a funeral? Are you going to a wedding? Well, were you immediate family? Are they part of your bubble in COVID? Here's the Oxford magazine quoting a local councillor who is so excited about all this. Councillor Andrew Gantt, Oxfordshire County Council's cabinet member for highways management, said, currently our roads are gridlocked with traffic, and this traffic is damaging our economy and our environment. Oxford needs a more sustainable, reliable, and inclusive transport system for everyone. Traffic filters are an important tool to deliver a transport plan that works for all. What's an inclusive transport system? Is that the main point of a transport system, to be inclusive, or is the main point to get people from point A to point B? And how is it inclusive if you exclude people, if you ban people, except the very rich who could always afford $115 to go into town, or who are politically connected enough to get an exemption? Say, just a guess, what do you bet that Andrew Gantt, who's very important, you know, he's the Oxfordshire County Council's cabinet minister for highways management. I mean, that's an extremely important guy. What are the odds he gets an exemption because he's just so very important? I mean, just look at that job title. His business card is probably so long he has to fold it in half before it fits in his pocket. Traffic filters are designed to deliver a safer, cleaner, and more prosperous place to live, work, and visit. This is not a scheme to stop private vehicles in the city. Exemptions and permits available for residents and businesses will make car journeys faster, while also improving alternative transport options such as public transport. How does it make Oxford more prosperous if people can't drive in to shop or go to a restaurant? And pay no attention to your lying eyes. This will make car journeys faster, people. Just like a carbon tax makes you richer, don't you know? Lower down in the story, they actually quote someone who knows just a little bit of something about prosperity and business in Oxford. Oxford businessman Jeremy Mogford has publicly raised objections to the new bus gates across the city, which he claims will be like Berlin walls. Sounds lovely, but very fitting. And just a few days ago, Clinton Pugh, who owns Cafe Coco, Casbar, and Cafe Tarifa on Cowley Road, unveiled an anti-LTN billboard on the side of Cafe Coco. The Oxford businessman and father of Hollywood actress Florence Pugh described the move as an ill-thought-out traffic experiment. I disagree with one part of that, the ill-thought-out part. It's not ill-thought-out. It appears that way if you think its real goal is to improve the quality of life, improve prosperity, what else ever they said. That's just what they say. The whole point of this traffic lockdown, this climate lockdown, is the lockdown part. The part that's hard, the part that's bad, the part that's punitive. That isn't the bug. That's the feature. That's the point. That is why they are doing it. It's not ill thought out. COVID, climate, traffic, whatever the excuse is, whatever is necessary to say to control your life, that's what they're doing it for. That's an excerpt from my show every night. It's called The Ezra Levant Show. That's me, Ezra Levant. You can see the whole thing behind our paywall. Well, there's a lot of goodies behind there. I do a show every weeknight. My friends Sheila Gunn Reid and David Menzies and Nat and Kat have their shows too. You get a ton of content for just $8 a month. There's so much in there you won't find anywhere else. Go to rebelnewsplus.com.